Hey friends, welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Friday, TGIF guys. Oh my goodness. I just needed a little extra rest today, so went back to sleep for another hour. Sorry about that, but it's just been a long week. Definitely been a long week. So, and today is probably going to be extra long. I'm just getting ready for my craft shows, and I know, as soon as my craft shows start, sorry, chapstick time, it's going to be boom, 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 boom. I have 6 craft shows in a row. So this next one is kind of tricky because I set up for my craft show next Wednesday. So it's like a short setup on Wednesday, and I finish on Thursday. So Wednesday, Thursday, and it opens that night. And then that craft show is 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then Sunday, I set up for the next craft show at the preschool. And then that craft show opens Monday night. It's Monday, Tuesday, then tear down. Then I set up for the next craft show on Thursday, and it's open Friday, Saturday. And then the next week is my craft show that I'm in charge of. That I set up on Tuesday, Wednesday. We're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, tear down. Then the next craft show we set up on Tuesday. We open on Wednesday. Then Thursday is Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's coming up that quick. And then we're open Friday, Saturday, then tear down. And then the next craft show, which is the last one, I set up on Thursday, and we're open Friday, Saturday, and then tear down, and then I'm done. So 6 craft shows, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So there really is no recovery time in between, because I'll have all this stuff here. The only thing I'll be able to probably make is what I make on my Facebook Lives each day, and then also maybe what Tara can get made in between. So anyways, it's a crazy life we lead when we decide to do craft shows, and those are just my regular craft shows that I do every year. And sometimes I have them all in a row like that, and sometimes one of them is in October, but her date that she could get was November. So boom, 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 boom. 6 in a row. Holy cow. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Anyways, I'll be a little more tired, but I needed extra sleep today because I can. Anyways, we are going to make elves. Here's the cute little duckies. Our elves are similar to that, but I wanted to show you the ducks that I got done. Aren't they so cute? Let me go a little bit closer. Go ahead and say hello if you're out there watching. Let me bring up my comments and share to VIP group. Aren't the duckies cute? So these ducks are from our 4th of July, Christmas in July. So if you got your duckies then, here they are. I finally got them painted. It's October. I told you I'd eventually get them all painted. Anyways, there are the little ducks, and then we're going to paint elves today. So let me get this shared to VIP group. Just go ahead and say hello so I know you're out there. I just had to sleep a little bit longer, and it is Friday after all. And tomorrow, I might sleep in a little bit tomorrow. I don't sleep in very late. I try not to. Once in a blue moon, it'll get away from me, and I'll roll back over, and then I wake up and it's 10 o'clock, and I'm like, I just slept away my day. How can I do that? So, yeah, I don't like to do that. I like to be able to get a lot done on my weekend. This weekend's going to be my last weekend before the 6 craft shows in a row. So anyways, guys, go ahead and say hello. We're going to make our cute little elves. So let me put you down to the table and show you what we're making. Oh gosh. Okay. Let me move these out of the way. So these are similar. They have similar little things. So presents and stuff like this. Like this little ducky has his lights, and this one's holding a wreath. This one has a Santa sack and a present. This one has a Santa sack and a present. So that's similar. Okay. And then this one is holding light bulbs. This one has 3 light bulbs, like not light bulbs, Christmas bulbs. And then this one looks like a reindeer and has a candy cane, and this one has a candy cane. So they're similar but different. Similar but different. So yeah, I can't wait. I've been wanting to make these for a while. Tara looked at them and she's like, "Oh, those look just like me." So she loves elves. They're just something that they just make me smile. Okay, so the little girl ones, the hair is glued to the back. So when I'm moving it up, I have to remember who has the hair and who doesn't. So the little girl with the 3 bulbs has hair, and then the girl with the candy cane has hair. Okay, so aren't they so cute? This little one with the little boy with the bear and the car, that's adorable. Okay, so that's what we're gonna make. Let me go ahead and look at comments. I'm gonna get my board is right here. I'm getting it out. I'm gonna have a lot of pieces on it. So these are taller. These are bigger than the ducks. So the ducks are smaller size. I resized these and made them bigger, taller, because I just thought they'd be cute. Hi Bridget, how are you? Hi Carrie, TGIF. Holly, good morning. Hi Barb, hi Betty. Hi Lori, hello Laura. Hi Lucia. I remember to do the snowman cutout. I will. I will get it done. Sorry, I actually didn't even go through messages last night. I was painting all night. Hey Sarah, good morning. Let's keep praying for Sarah's son. He needs us. He needs all the prayers that we can give him. Hi Marilyn, how are you? Hi Carol. I know they are so cute. I just love them. Okay, so we need part of these. This is the stand, so we only need part of them, and part can go up here till we're done. And then let's stack these. And let's get our board in here, and then we'll kind of get these sorted a little bit. I'll have to refer to my picture a lot because there's just a lot of pieces. There's a lot of pieces. So I'm gonna have, and I might have to pull some more paint. I'm not 100% sure on my paint colors. I was like, I think I like this, but we might have to do. I was trying to do it so it's similar to the ducks. All right. Hi, Joan. How are you? Okay. All right. Let me bring this up. Okay. I heard hubby get up. The dogs are quiet so far. So far, they're not making noise out there. All right. Let's put our bases at the top. Get those out of the way. I always do those brown or black, dark brown, milk chocolate or espresso. One of those colors. Okay. Let's bring our first elf up. And we'll get him dissected. All right, so lots of pieces. It's got a Santa sack with a little bow. Has the crown. We might need a second little sheet. We'll see how that goes. The hair. We're just gonna. And you know what? You can do the hair whatever color. I think I'm gonna actually do some of the hair. Do ochre. I'm not gonna do it all brown. Like the picture has all brown. You can make your own choices. I make my own choices all the time on things. Okay, there's another present, and there's a hand, and there's pants, and there's like the top part of that, and there's like little pieces on his tights. Okay, and a collar. Okay, so lots of pieces for every single little thing. So like I said, I might need another sheet. We'll see. We'll see how it all fits. We will see. Okay, here's the next one. I might need to put some of these like up here, and so I can make them closer. I was trying to scooch this over. All right. Okay. There we go. All of the little light Christmas bulbs have the Christmas tree in them, but the Christmas bulbs are different colors. Yeah, I might just bring out the other. There's one more little board that I use. I might just need to have it because I think I'm going to run out of room. So I'll put one of them on the other sheet. I think maybe. Okay. All right. let me see. There's that. Okay, yeah, let me grab this for the last one. Okay. Hi, Darlene Barr. How are you? Hi, Vicky. I love these little critters. Oh, let's see the hair. This one has hair. It goes with that. Okay. And then here's the little sign. We're going to have to be careful about this sign. And the little bear has a car. There's a lot of little pieces. So this is new. I haven't added this to the website yet. I'll add this after. I wanted to take pictures. And I actually just was tired last night. Sometimes I'll add it without the painted pictures. Okay, so one of these goes, oh, that's for that. Okay. All right, so let's just get started because there's a ton of painting. A ton of painting, I say. So let us get started on this. Let me just scooch this up. And okay. All right, so let's get the face part done. So we're going to use warm beige for the face. Sorry, I have a lot going on with emails this morning. A lot of messages going on. All right. Okay, so maybe we should get all the faces and hands and stuff painted on everything. How's everybody doing? What do you have going on for your weekend? Who has craft shows? Sarah has craft show, I think. I don't have a craft show this weekend, but like I say, I have 6 craft shows in a row after this. It's a lot, and then I'm just done. But in between, we'll have things like I'll be having sales. I'll be having Black Friday sales. I'll be having Christmas, like the days of Christmas, 12 days of Christmas sales. There's a lot besides just the craft shows that we juggle. So hopefully Tara will be back. She was not back yesterday, so she's just not feeling good. And you know what? If she's not feeling good, then I prefer that she stay away and not get me sick right now because I can't afford to get sick. Okay, so let's do all of the faces. Let me just move this. We'll just kind of go back and forth. And okay, here's a hand. And here's the face. All right, so lots of cute little faces. These are elves, and they're standers. So they're going to be so cute standing on a shelf. I don't know if I'll have time to make more, but since I am making the a sample, then I'll have a sample for Tara. Because sometimes she just needs a little sample to look at so she can paint some for me. But actually, I just let her do her own thing. So it doesn't have to be the same as mine. Okay. Now, there's some that you have to be careful of because the shirt is right up next to the hand. Okay, so they're not all separate pieces. You know how sometimes on some of the patterns things are all layered, so you don't have to be so careful. You do have to be careful on like the hand part because the shirt is right there. Okay, so we're just going to get all of this, then we'll bring back the other sheet. I don't know. Maybe we should work on this one and just go back and forth. We'll just go back and forth on colors. I'm just thinking. So let me know what you're doing this weekend. Who's doing craft shows? Who has birthdays? Who has other things going on? Alrighty. Yeah, the tights are different colors. So the tights are not the leg color. The tights are whatever color the some of them are white, some are pink, some are red. They're whatever color they are, but the tights that they have tights, not just, it's not just legs. Yeah, so they have, even the boys have tights on. Yep, they're elves, so we can make them wear tights. Okay. All right, he's got a little hand right here, and then this is the other piece of his hand. Okay, so I think we have all the faces done. Let's go ahead and let's do our next color. Let's get the bases done. Hi, Judy Kirk, how are you? Let's see, your cousin is throwing a Halloween party. So, oh, how fun. Already. And Sarah says, yep, all set up this afternoon. Nice, nice. Carol asks, am I feeling better? I am feeling better. I just, it's just been, it's been a long week. I am feeling better. I just know I have to rest. I have to take extra good care of myself. So, oops, I guess I'm doing milk chocolate for the bases, because that's what I started painting. Yeah, I just really have to, if I need extra sleep, I'm going to get extra sleep. So, yeah, I slept an extra hour today. Sometimes you just need it. You got to listen to your body, right? Like, I went and got my hair done yesterday. Yay, finally. And I slept for an hour before I went because I needed it. Yep, sometimes we got to. Okay, now let me take a look at the hair. So I think the ones that I want to be blondies, we'll do one boy and one girl, blonde. Okay, and then let's see. So is that on the other one? This one has hair on the back. Okay, let's see. These two. Okay, so let's do these two blonde. This one and then this one blonde, and then we'll do brown for the other two. Okay. All right, so brown, and this is part of the hair. Okay, and then we got this one here. This is the hair. Oops, let me turn that off. Hubby just went out front. Just a second, sorry. So, sorry about that. I had an email that somebody sent me, and sorry, one more. Tara, she's home today. I would prefer that she stay home and rest up and not get me sick. So anyways, okay, sorry, there should not be any more. Anyways, there was an email that came in, and on your phone sometimes you might reply to the wrong person, so be really careful. I didn't say anything bad. I just had somebody send me a message that said, I didn't ask you about tables. I'm like, oh, so I need to go back and reply to the right person. Yeah, hopefully, maybe Judy can tell me. Maybe I replied to everybody. It is what it is. I didn't say anything wrong, so. And I don't do it where they can reply all, because I have a blind CC. So I just accidentally, on my phone, I hit the wrong person. That is the hazard of replying from your phone for things like that. It might select the wrong person. Okay, let's do white. There's going to be a lot of white, so let's do white next. So we have white shirts, we have white crowns, we have white fur on the hats. Let's see. Oh, you have bags of tomatoes frozen that you need to get made into salsa. Have to get room. Oh, for half a beef. Oh, Sarah, that's a lot to do. But first, the craft show. Yeah, it's hard. It is hard. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Judy says, doing a neighborhood Halloween crawl, moving from house to house for drinks and snacks and decoration. Nice, nice, how fun. The triplets will be spending the night, and then Sunday is the witches' lunch. Fun. I love that. Jenny has a small craft show in Oceanside on Sunday. Nice, nice. That will be fun, Jenny. I hope you do really good. Hi, Pam, how are you? Yeah, I saw your thing last night. I need to look at everything on my computer. I need to never reply from my phone because sometimes it replies to the wrong person, like it did. I'll share that with you later, Judy. It's actually kind of funny in a way. It's kind of funny in a way, but not really. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it just was not. She's like, I didn't ask you about tables. I'm like, oh, okay. See, we at our new place, we're not going to have our 8-foot tables. We rent out 8-foot spaces, but we won't have 8-foot tables, and that's just the way it is. They'll have to they could bring their own 8-foot table. Most people don't have an 8-foot table. It's very uncommon to have an 8-foot table. Most people don't have one of their own. Okay, all the white stuff. We're doing all the white stuff. Okay, what else is white? Candy cane is white. Okay, so this is good. I'm going to get once I get all the first coats on, it will be easier for me. Okay, this is layered, so I don't have to be as careful right there. Like I said, there's a lot of different colors, so sorting through everything is a little bit of a chore. Okay, this one has the candy cane, and she has this here that's white. This is white. Okay, that's white, and then there's a little pom-pom thing that's white. Anything else on her white? Nope. Okay, let me go to this board, and I'll just kind of hold it. And, oh, the car is white. And his little shoes are white. Okay. So that's white. Okay. Anything else on him that's white? The sign. So the sign is, but I need to use a sponge. Okay. So let me see if I can hold this here. Let me get a little sponge to do this. Hi, Deb. How are you? Is everyone in? Yes. I do believe that most people are in for everything. There's a couple of people that said, oh, I can't do summer, or, oh, I can't do fall because I have this going on. So it just depends, there's, there's some people that can't do everything, but most people are very excited about our new location, very excited about the new location and the fact that it's big. It's big. Hey, Angie, how are you? Laura says you don't have a costume for the party tomorrow. Any ideas? Homemade ideas? Oh, anybody have any quick ideas? I'm going to a witch's tea on Sunday, so I have a witch's costume that I was able to get from Amazon overnight. I hope it fits. Okay, so I'm just kind of tapping this. I don't want it to go down into any of the things, and it doesn't have to be real solid. Okay, let me go ahead and put that to the side. Let's go on to our next color. Let's go to our next color, and okay. So the person just told me I only replied to her, which was good. It's like, sometimes you're like, oh crap. Have you ever seen things where someone replied to the wrong person or said the wrong thing? Or, okay, here's something funny, guys. Here's something really funny. Let's do red. Let's do our red. When I worked for an aerospace company, Here's something funny that all of a sudden came over the loudspeaker. Two people talking, having a very private conversation came over. This is Tuscan Red, came over our loudspeaker. And yeah, having kind of a private moment. And they must have been on their desk or something. And leaned up against the speaker, and it broadcasted to the entire company on the overhead speaker. And everybody's like, people are racing around trying to figure out what room are these two people in. They recognize the voices of the two people. They're not married to each other. They are married, but not to each other. They're trying to figure out where the voice is coming from. And that reminds me of that, is that, oh, you do the wrong thing. Okay, let's see. Now, we might do some burgundy. I'm trying to decide. Oh, maybe we'll just stick with red. We'll stick with red and green. No burgundy. Anyways, okay, so I thought it's funny when, like, if you reply all instead of replying to one person on your cell phone, you can potentially, if you have an email that you sent out to a whole bunch of people and blind CC'd and they start responding, you can accidentally respond to the wrong person. Like I just did. But it was nothing bad. It just was not, she was like, I didn't ask about that. It could have been something bad. That would have been terrible. Okay, so these shoes, I think the shoes are red, but they're right next to the bag. So let's do them. Actually, we could do the shoes brown. Let's do his shoes brown. So this is the brown that I'm using is milk chocolate. So let's do these shoes brown. Have you ever had anything funny happen like that? It was hilarious. So they eventually did figure out where the people were that were that were talking inappropriately. Okay, so the top of these ornaments does not have a little teeny tiny piece. A lot of times there is a little teeny tiny piece that goes on that. So I'm just going to be careful and go around it. So moral of the story is, if you're like those people and you're out there cheating, don't be up on the desk and hit the overall speaker for the whole company. And it was multiple buildings. I think there's 6 buildings for that company way back then. Yeah, not a good thing. My husband probably still remembers that because I was in one building, he was in another. And so at the end of the day, we're like, oh my gosh, can you believe? Can you believe that happened? It was not a secret any longer. No longer a secret that they were having a little bit of an affair. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. What else is the shirt? The shirt is red. Okay. The skirt has layers. So I just have to be careful right by the hand. Okay, we are going to go back. We're going to put second coats. I'm kind of struggling through getting all the first coats on. And then we'll go back. And second coats will be easy because we'll already know what color each one is. Yeah, so I'm just kind of having to go back and forth to my picture and see if I missed anything. Okay, so her shirt and that part. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we'll bring in this. Okay, so red on him. His tights are red. So I also have to, we go put out the craft show signs for the preschool. I do that Sunday, me and the girl that I'm training, Sandy. So we are going to get the craft show signs put out for the preschool craft show. I'm going to help her with that. I'm just kind of mentoring her through everything. Okay, this pom-pom here is red. And then, oh, the sign part. Let's see. The sign needs to be brown. I need to do this brown. But the bow is red. Okay, so I'm just kind of holding this up. I don't think it's messing anything up underneath. I just need a bigger area. When we buy a new house, I'm definitely going to make sure that I have a big room. Oh, my bear is going to be brown too. Okay, so my bear is going to be brown, and Okay, so just do my bare brown. And the sign part, this sign part is brown. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you'll go back and you're like, oh, that was supposed to be that color. Okay, all right, next. Okay, so next color, let's do our dark green. You ordered 2 things for Sunday, but did not fit. Oh, yeah, you know what? I better try my stuff on. So I have my witch's hat, which is funny. So a witch's tea is just like that. You dress up like a witch, and we have a little tea, which is just dinner. It's going to be a potato party, which is good because Darlene can have potatoes. Okay, so this is Hauser dark green. Okay, so let me see what. Okay, this is that color. Let me just get my bearings here. My hat. I tried on my hat. My dogs were freaking out. They were totally freaking out. Oops, the top of this is brown too. They're like, who is this person? I'm like, it's just me. It's just me. It's nobody. This is dark green. Okay. And then this is dark green. Okay. So is that all that's dark green? That is all that is dark green. Nope. Nope, this is dark green too. So she's having a potato bar, which I love potatoes. And I might just bring a couple of things that I can have that she might not think about. She'll probably think of everything, but I'm thinking, gosh, you know, I can have this and I can have that on potatoes. Yeah, I love doing baked potatoes, and just I don't even have to have that much on them. I usually will just put salsa and cheese on my potato. I don't use butter. I don't do bacon. I don't do any of that. Okay, so this is medium Hauser green. If I didn't tell you already, medium Hauser green. Okay, and then we're gonna do. Okay, so this outfit is green. Okay, this part here is green. Okay, so yeah, that's dark green. This is dark green too. So up here, the top part of the outfit, I have to carefully do that. Up by the neckline. Okay, and then the bottom part is dark green. And then all of the little trees are dark green. Okay, so I'll do all my little trees are dark green. I'll show you the ducks again because some of you probably hopped on. I did ducks, my Christmas ducks last night. Got all my ducks in a row last night. Very seldom can I say that, but I should have taken a picture because it looks so cute. Got all my ducks in a row last night. It's unusual for Darlene to do that. Okay, so what else? What's next? Green over here. So these are green. Okay, and then her collar is green. And this part of the skirt. Okay, all right. Okay, let's do light green. You're doing a trunk or treat tomorrow, Eric, and you will be Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. How fun! That sounds like fun. I love that. Yeah, which is always easy to do. If you can get your hands on a hat, maybe they'll even deliver same day. Amazon's pretty good around here. We actually have an Amazon that's up in Poway that's not too far away. I get a lot of stuff same day, except for the other day when things were down. And I'm like, what's going on? Okay, light green. This is light green. So this is my medium. This is Hauser light green. Okay, let's see here. I got the hiccups. The hiccups. Okay, and one of these is light green. Okay. And then, oh, that's probably not the one that's light green because it has, oh gosh, this one was supposed to be green. because it's the full circle. Oops. Okay, so this one is a different color. This one's going to be pink. Oh, it's this one that's supposed to be green. You know what? I'm not gonna worry. Okay, has a little divot out the bottom. I'm not gonna sweat the small stuff. Okay, we're not today we are not sweating the small stuff. Okay, her shoes are light green. I'm looking at the picture. I'll show you the picture of what it's supposed to look like. Here's my little thing. Here's my little cheat sheet that I'm looking at. Okay, there's my cheat sheet. So I get to see what it's supposed to look like, but I can make my own decisions too. If I decide that something needs to be a different color, then I can do it a different color. All right, that, and then the little skirt. So Jenny, yeah, the new location should be good, and I included you in that because I'm hoping that you'll be able to do some of the shows next year, and I just wanted you to have a heads up on what was going on. But I'm very hopeful that you will be able to be available to do some of the shows. I think that there's going to be plenty of room, and there's going to be some people that can't do one show or can't do the other. So I'm, not everybody's going to be able to do every single show because they have other things going on already. I'm really sad that I don't get to go on the incentive trip this year. The incentive trip this year is the same weekend as one of my craft shows, so it's okay. I'm like, oh well, I'll go on a cruise another time. Okay, so next color, let's do our pinks. So there's a couple of pink colors. Okay, one is peony pink, and one is, well, I may not do the light pink. I might just do the peony pink. Did you know that you can tour the Otai Amazon ship? Oh, that's fun. I did not know that. That would be fun. A tour. I didn't know that I could. My son's, okay, so this is peony. We'll see if we like this color with it or not. It's kind of a different pink. And you know what? There must be a lump in there because I can't get much out. We're supposed to be getting a, okay, I'm going to pour some out, but there's a big old lump, so a whole bunch is going to all of a sudden come out. The Santee Drive-In, they sold it supposedly to Amazon. So we'll see if we actually get, if they're going to do an Amazon set, which would not be good because that would be a lot of traffic. Okay, so this pink is really pink, but I think it's going to be okay. So his present, I am looking at everything here. I might have painted something the wrong color. No surprise about that. Okay, yeah, this is supposed to be pink. All right, so we'll have to, it's going to have a couple of in order to get it to the right color. Oh, that's so weird. Why? Oh, why? Oh, maybe not. Guess what? I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm like, why would I paint that green? Okay, no, it's green. Okay, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. His shirt is pink. Okay, so his shirt is pink. It's like a pinkish, it's kind of a weird pinkish color, but we're going to go ahead and do it pink. It's peony pink. Going to be really careful next to his hand because there's really no separation there. When I go back and I do the second coat, it'll be easier. Okay, I think I have all my colors on this one. That's everything that I needed to paint. Okay, all right, next. Maybe you'll get an Amazon Market there when, oh, there's one in Poway. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I would love for you to be able to be in the shows, Jenny. Yeah, you're welcome. I figured anybody that I wanted to make sure I included those people that had done the show last year. There's maybe one or two that probably aren't coming back, and so I didn't include them. but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row. Okay, I need to do this part green. I told you there is a ton of stuff here. And I'm like, oh yeah, I missed this little thing. Okay, and then there's a bow that is, I'm going to do it a different color because I don't want a green on green. Okay, and then, oh, that should have been white. See? See, I'm getting to the end, and I did yellow hair, but I didn't do the bells. I should have done the bells at the same time. So the little bells that go on their hat. Okay, I think 2 of them have, yeah, 2 have bells. Okay, all right, so keep going with pink, Darlene. So she has pink. One of these are pink. Okay, so whoops. I have to go back and use silver or gray on the top part. What else is pink? This is pink. Okay. Her hat, the top of her hat is pink. See how there's a ton of colors on these, but they're going to be so darn cute. So just kind of figuring out the colors can take a little bit of time. That's why I'm going through, I'm getting all my first coats on, and then I can easily go back and do my second. Okay, is there any on this one? Okay, her tights are pink. Okay. All right. Perfect. I think I have everything painted a color. Yes, I think so. I do believe. Okay, so let's start over. Let's get our second coats on everything. I don't know what the market, Amazon market is, but that sounds interesting. Yeah, I would be happy to have something like that. Is it where you can go in Amazon market and you just shop and the cart adds everything up? Is that where it is? Where you just stick it in the cart and it adds it? You don't have to go through the register. You have to check in when you first go in. Have you guys heard of those stores where that happens, where you go into a store and you have to log in your credit card when you go in, and then anything that you put in your cart just automatically calculates, and you don't go through a checkout at the end. You just leave because everything is deducted from your card. I don't really trust those things, but I've heard of them. That kind of, I wonder if it's like that. I wonder. So, okay. Let me bring this in. Let's get all the brown over here. I think I'm going to leave the teddy bear like that. The teddy bear is going to kind of have a few little details on it. Some shading. But I want to kind of leave it transparent so that I can see everything. Okay, so we have all the brown. Now let's do faces. I'm trying to go in the same order that I started so that I can make sure I get everything. The faces, I used a small brush because I wanted to get really close to everything. Maybe I should do the face. Maybe I should do that last. Now I'm thinking maybe I should have done the faces last, but that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. All right. So yeah, I have my craft show set up is next week on Wednesday, but I can only get part of it done. It's kind of an odd time. You can't get there until, I think it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you only have until 8 o'clock. I think it's 4 hours. 4 hours is not enough for me to set up, usually. We'll see. It's a smaller area where I'm set up. It's on the stage, and it's a small booth. I won't be able to have my full setup. I will be pulling everything out of my trailer tomorrow, and I don't want to do it today. I'll pull it out of my trailer in the morning and go through it. I will actually be pulling stuff that is not for this season so I can get it in the shed, and then I have to put my grids, and anything I'm going to use, it has to go into my truck, because I can't pull my trailer through the parking lot up at the women's club in Alpine. It's hard. It's too much. It's too close for me to do that. Like when I try to turn, I have done it, but I'll do it when there's like an empty parking lot, and she used to allow me to get there early, and so I could go in and I could do it early, but she doesn't allow you to get there early anymore. So I have to put everything in my truck instead. So only what I can fit in my truck is what I will have at that craft show. So my display, and it's not a ton because I don't have a huge area. I share the stage with other people. Okay, next color. Next color is my deep ochre. So my hair and the bells. I think the bells are okay. I don't need another coat, but the hair. Okay, so I'm doing 2 of my little elves have blonde hair and 2 have brown hair. Okay, now white. All the white. So, hi Doris, how are you? Happy Friday. Hi Tammy. If you're just hopping on, go ahead and say hello. We are doing elves. And I did ducks already. So I did 4 of each of the ducks. I'll show you in a minute. They turned out so cute. The ducks are a little bit smaller than these. There's a set of 5. So I resize things all the time so that they fit, and they'll take a whole sheet, or they'll be larger or smaller, whatever I want them to be. When I get a laser file that I purchase, I generally make adjustments. I don't usually just use it straight out the door. Even the lighted ornaments that I made and the lighted standers, I changed sizes on them just because it was, for me, it's what I needed it to be. Okay. Little shoes. All right, we're getting there. One step at a time. One step at a time. And I'll have to do the details on the little car. I kind of feel like I should just leave the sign. It's kind of rustic looking. I'm gonna leave that. Okay, next color, red. Let's do red. And why did I just use a small brush? Some of them I chose small brushes. That's weird. I probably need to use a bigger brush for some of that. Do I have a big brush for red? I don't think I do. Okay. So hubby's off today. It's his Friday off. Again, he's in there watching TV with the dogs are probably in his lap. He probably has his cup of coffee, dogs in his lap, and looking at his phone. So I do have to do the tops of these ornaments. I'll get some slate gray and do that. Some of these are layered and some are not. So some, like right by the hand, you have to be really careful because that part is not layered. If everything was layered, there'd be a bazillion layers. So I got to do my stripes on my candy cane. I have little details still to do. Here's the little tights. And then that's red and that's red. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Okay, next color, the dark green. So do all of our dark green. So it's our medium Hauser green. Did you know there is a dark Hauser green? It's really dark. It's like a pine color. I got some the other day just because I was like, oh, I could use those for pine trees. Like if you needed to have another color. Yeah, there's, oops, guess what? Guess what? I just went over his hand. Let me see. Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, I just went over. Maybe I have it. Let me get it for our swipe. I just painted his hand. Well, maybe I did that before. You know what? I think I did it before. I'm going to end up painting going over the hand. Okay, so let me just... I'll paint the shirt. And I'll be careful right here. And then I'm going to grab... I'm going to dry that. I'll dry that really quickly. And then go back over that hand. I'm like, what happened to his hand? It disappeared. Let me just get all of the the darker green done. Yeah, so there's a light Hauser green, a medium Hauser green, and a dark Hauser green. I haven't really used the dark Hauser green on things. Okay, let me dry this and I'll fix his hand because his hand kind of disappeared there. Okay. All right, I'll just dry some other stuff while I do this. And then I'll have to put 2 coats. Maybe 3 coats. Okay. All right, so there's that. Oops. Okay, don't be me. Make sure you're doing things the right color. You're not going over it. Okay, here's our dark green on your other sheet. And then we'll do our light green. So dark green. Then we'll do our light green. So our light green is the Hauser light green. And then I do need to get slate gray for the tops of the ornaments. So everything requires at least 2 coats. White generally is 3 coats. We'll take a look at it and see if we need a 3rd coat. Okay. All right. Yuppers. These are going to be adorable. Can't wait for them to be done. I knew they would take a little bit of time. Yeah, Tara's not coming today. I don't have a deadline. And I technically am not working my other job. I was told to go ahead and take it off because the boss's wife was off. And she's like, just take Friday off. I'm like, okay. Okay, I'll take it off. Okay, next color is my pink. So I use peony pink. You can use any pink you want. That's just the pink that I saw right here that I grabbed. If you want to use cotton candy, you definitely can use cotton candy. And I kind of think that my white is okay. I might go ahead and do another coat on my candy cane really quick. We're going to dry and then we'll be doing cheekies and stripes on the candy cane. I think everything else is okay. I think it is. Okay, so let me find some slate gray. Let's do the tops of those ornaments. Slate gray, where are you? I use that instead of silver. Okay, all right. Do you want to see the duckies that I made? Some of you guys just hopped on. So I'll show you the ducks. Duck, duck, goose. Like I said, I had all my ducks in a row last night. Yep, I did. All my ducks in a row. Let me do the tops of these first. I'm going to grab a tiny brush. And I might have to put 2 coats. So let me just get this right here. And okay, that one and then this one. So just a teeny tiny bit, a little bit. Okay. I don't think I need a second coat. The slate gray covers pretty good. Okay. All right, everything's looking really good. Let me get my ducks so I can show you. My duckies. They're very similar but different. So they're the same style. But here's a whoops, and I just knocked something down behind me. Here's a ducky with a candy cane. Oops. Here's a ducky with one of the little Christmas bulbs like that. Santa Claus with a Santa Claus sack. I did tan color, but that one's red. It's okay. And then with the wreath, so I have 4 of each of these to go to the craft show, and then with little light bulbs. So yeah, I got those done last night. Ducks were so popular when I did ducks before. They all sold the first day. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to do my Christmas ducks because I needed to paint them. Okay, let's dry everything, and then we're going to do cheekies, and we'll do stripes on this. Do I need stripes on anything else? There's actually stripes on that, but you don't have to. I think I'm going to skip that. I'll just do the stripes on the candy cane, do cheekies and eyes, and we'll just, and mouths. Well, the mouth, well, those are done with the marker. So let me just dry everything, and we'll start doing the things that we need to do, and then inking everything, getting it assembled. So these videos are also playing over on YouTube. So if you don't have my YouTube channel, let me go ahead and give you that. You can always follow that. My videos here are good for 30 days, and then Facebook takes them down now. So, okay, let me get the other thing dry over here. So when I go to do the cheekies, I'll pull the little kiddos off so I can do them. I have to do details on the car and the little bear too. So let's scooch this whole thing up. Not so it falls off, but we're gonna do cheeks, and let's move this. Oh, actually we need this for the stripes. Let's do that first. Let's do our candy cane. We're gonna do cheekies and eyes. So here's our little kiddos. Here's our little kiddos all in a row, but let's do our stripes on here first. So let me get a little brush. Where's a small brush? Here's one. I know, I love the ducks. They're just so much fun. Yeah. So for a very short moment, I had all my ducks in a row last night. Okay, I like to start my candy cane so that the first stripe is red. Okay, you can do it however you want. The sample shows it white, but I personally like to have the first stripe on my candy cane red. It's just the way I roll. And I like the last one to be red. So red, white, but it doesn't always work out that way. It doesn't always work out that way. You have to kind of go however the stripes are. So then this one, the bottom one's going to be white. Okay, so I'm going to dry that really quick, and then get my second coats of the red on there, so we can just put that to the side. Oops. It's like, what's attached to that? I will need to plug in my glue gun too. I'll need that at the end. So I know this is a long tutorial. It's probably an hour and a half long completely when we're all done. When you're replaying it, you can replay it at a faster speed. I usually would go 1 1/4, not even 1 1/2 or 2. 2 would be a lot. Okay, let me get my glue gun plugged in. Remove the plastic bag that was sitting on top of it. We don't need any smoking fires. Okay, there. Got the glue gun plugged in because I'll need that. Okay, let's get our second coats on the candy cane, and then we'll do cheekies and eyeballs, and then we can do any line work that we need to do with our marker. Okay, I'm just using a little angle brush. These are ones that I just got either off of Amazon, or when I go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I go to the nice brush area where they have all their nice brushes, and I love to buy just extra of the angle brushes to have, because I use them for little things like this. Okay, there's my candy cane. I'm just going to plop it right there so I can dry it. Okay, cheeks. Here's my little cheeky brush. So here's my little dauber. Here's my little dauber. I'm going to use, I like to use Vintage Pink. I'm going to get my other little palette dish out. I'll need some black for eyeballs. I think what I'll do is I'll do eyelashes. I think the boys should have eyelashes too. I generally will do the boys and girls with eyelashes. So I should probably do the eyelashes before I do the eyes. Or I could do them after. Either way. I need to do noses and mouths and all of that. So let me get paper towel. I have my little dauber. Okay, so I have the little round dauber. That's what it's called, D-A-U-B-E-R. This is Craft Smart brand. This one is the Michaels brand. It is over where all of the stencils are. Okay, I'm going to scooch this. I'm going to scooch this up just a hair. I'm hoping I can get all these out so I can see all their cute little faces and be able to do them just in a row like this. Okay, so cheekies. You want to get off most of that. You don't want to have really bright cheeks. You're doing like little powdered cheeks. So just kind of twist it. Twist and shout. Okay. All right, so cheekies. And then we're going to do eyeballs. I'll use my stylus. Okay, so got that. Got our little cheekies. If you guys have questions, pop them in there. I don't have a link to this. I just get them from when I go to Michael's. Okay, so I'm going to use my stylus. I'm going to dip it in my black paint, and I am going to draw on my eyeballs. So there's scoring there. You can see exactly where it needs to be. If you want to use a marker instead, you totally could do that. You could use acrylic markers. You could use a regular marker. I just tend to use paint and just kind of fill it in. So and the mouth area is not really filled in. It's just kind of an outline. So it doesn't have red or anything in the mouth. There will be a little white highlight on here and a little white highlight on the cheeks. I will be doing eyelashes. Make sure you dip it in the right color paint. I almost did the pink. You don't want pink eyeballs. Okay, so I just use my stylus. If you want to use a little brush, you can totally use a little brush. My stylus works good to just kind of dip it and kind of spread that paint. Okay. If you ever have questions about anything on here, you can send me a message. I'm happy to help you. Same with all the Chocolate Tour stuff. I help people all the time. I've had problems with my messages. I honestly, if you message me through my business Facebook page, chances are I am never going to see that message. Facebook has been hiding those from me. And sometimes I can see that I have a message there on that side, but I can't open it. And it'll ask me to enter a password. I enter the password and it pretends to open it and nothing's there. So it's kind of a frustrating thing. So make sure you're sending it to Darlene Brown, to me personally. Or if you are a vendor here, texting me, emailing me, all of those work too. Okay, let's dry. I think those are the only little tiny details. And then we'll use the marker to do the mouth, the eyelashes. Maybe I should do eyebrows on the little boys. So just kind of go back and forth. You don't want it to bubble up. I want it to dry though. So typically I would be working on something else while this is drying. When I work on my stuff at night, I'm not usually drying with a heat gun. I'm usually just letting it dry and I'm working on another project. I'm moving back and forth between projects. Letting things dry completely. You don't want to do your eyelashes if that paint is still wet. You don't want to do your little white dots in the eyes. If it's wet. I don't even like to tap it down if it's still a little bit wet because some of it will splurt out the sides. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we're good to go. Okay, let's do this. Let me get my marker. How many years have you been creating and painting? Oh, so many. I have been doing craft shows now. Okay, it's hot. I don't want my marker to get hot. For 39 years. So 39 years with my craft shows in my area that I've been selling now. I have been creating things since I was tiny. 5 years old is the youngest that I remember making stuff to sell. I made doll clothes, and I would take it and I would sell it to my friends at school. So I was a very young entrepreneur that couldn't even say the word and still struggle with the word. But yeah, I really started very young in life having a business. My mom would drive me around when I would make stuff. She'd drive me around to the different neighborhoods. And I would sell the things that I made. All right, so I think on the boys, I'm just going to put 2 eyelashes on each side. The girls are going to have their extra, they are extra. Okay, the boys are just going to have 2. Selling online, we've been doing that now for, I think, 16 years. And I started on Etsy many years ago. Okay, let me bring white in. I need white for the cheeks and the eyes. I need to do a dot. So, yeah, my mom allowed me to do those things. She encouraged me. My mom encouraged me to create. My mom was not creative. My mom could be taught how to do things. Once upon a time, I taught her how to make dolls. That someone was selling these not need dolls over here. Linda was selling these not need dolls, so they had knots in their knees. And my mom loved them. I used to buy them from the person, and my mom was like, I would love to sell those. So I showed my mom how to make them, taught her how to create them. And she was able to learn. I could teach her, but she wasn't creative and could think up things on her own, but she could be taught. Okay, we're going to assemble all of our little people. Aren't they so cute? And this one that has the mouth kind of to the side, I think it's adorable. I think these are going to be so stinking cute. Okay, but we need to assemble and make sure that we painted everything correctly. Okay, so, the things that we didn't do yet. Okay, we still need to do, I think on the car, all I need to do is black wheels, and then I need to do just a tiny bit of detail on my bear. Okay, so I'm going to do black wheels. Let me do my black wheels tires. Let me do my black tires on my car. And I'll do like on the center of the tire, I will do a gray dot. I don't think there needs to be a lot of detail. Okay, it can be a white car, but it does need to have black tires. So just using my stylus to do that. And then we'll dry that. We can put a little gray dot in there. That's all the detail that you really need to do. Honestly, you don't have to do too much. There's other little detail on there. On the bear, the only detail I'm going to do on the bear is I'm going to do a little bit of pink on his cheekies, or in his ears. There's like some ears. I'm going to do a little tiny bit with the stylus. I'll show you in a minute. And then I'm going to give him some pink cheekies. And I'm going to do a nose and eyes. That's it. Okay. That will be it. Everything else is all just the bear. Okay. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time doing little tiny details. The details are all there. Okay, here's my bear. Can you see? That's all I'm doing. Okay, just teeny tiny. Let's dry this. I'll do the little center part on the tires of the car. So everybody that's listening, that's watching, how many years have you been crafting? And maybe we should say how many, and do you craft just for yourself, or do you craft to sell? So tell me two things. How many years have you been creating? And then basically, are you a professional crafter? Do you sell, or do you do it for yourself? I'm kind of curious because there's many people that just create for themselves. That's what they like to do. Okay, I'm using my slate gray, and I'm just doing a center circle on this, and I don't care that it's not exactly a circle. It's the center of my tire. and then it's going to be done. So that's the only detail on the little car. Don't need anything else. We will be shading 50 years, and you have to sell. That's awesome. I love that. And I love the fact that you were in Canada and you were able to do that, because it's a hard market. That's what we're told. We're told that it's not like in the US, we have a lot of throwaway money. Throwaway money means we have a lot of excess money that we just throw away on things. That's my opinion. Okay, let me bring this in. This is this little guy. I think it's harder. It's a harder sell for you than it is here for you to sell things, because people don't have as much extra. That's what we're told. That's what I've been told. But is it true? Is it true? Because I kind of feel like they're maybe more frugal with their money. Like I used to just whatever I want I get. I don't do that anymore. I'm pretty good about not overspending. Okay, look how cute that is. These are coming together so cute. You started sewing and knitting since you were 6, and you're selling now, but have sold off and on for years. And you also have a patent. Oh, tell me about that. What do you have a patent on? I would love to know. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Okay, I'm going to get these in a row so that they're in the order that they are over on the sheet. A patent for what? That's so exciting. Okay. Like you started young, not 5. But young, and you do it for yourself and for gifts. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Now Jenny's got me curious. She has me curious. I need to know all the things, girlfriend. There's a lot of secrets that we all have, I guess. I don't really have secrets. You guys know it all. I tell you everything. I'm an open book. I honestly, sometimes I talk too much. It's funny because when we go on trips and stuff, and especially like with Chocolate Tour, yeah, Brandy will tell you that Darlene has the best stories. That's what she says. She says, Darlene has the best stories. It's like, yeah. And about 75% of them are true. I always have a lot to say. I always have a lot to say about things. Okay, so I'm kind of moving things around because they're not always the color that they should be. Okay. Let me see what I do. So, see, this is the point where do I have to go back and change anything? I think I'm good. I think it's good. Everything is looking so good, guys. Oh my gosh. That's why I do this. I will assemble it to make sure that I didn't have an oopsie doodle and paint something the wrong color. Okay? Because it can happen. And then we have all the little bases at the top. I'll take all those off. This is looking so cute. Oh my goodness. I'm loving it. And I actually love the pink on there. I think the pink is super cute. Okay. Getting all of our little pieces for our elves. I need to make more, but this is kind of a good test. Okay, getting all of these. Then I can move the board and then I can start inking. Okay, so we still have to ink everything and then we'll glue together. Okay, let's do these first. Look at how cute this is. Okay, let's go up. Let's put 2 of these high and 2 low. And then I can maybe scooch in closer so that you can see better. Maybe if I go closer. Oh, then I have to move it up. Okay, let me figure this out. I was trying to do it so you could see better, but I think I kind of messed it up. Okay, there's that. There's that. You designed a bagel slicer years ago. Could only afford the patent for the US, but after 18 months, it was coming for, oh gosh, but you still have the patent. You sold them in many local bagel shops. They're wood, and Jay made them all and decorate. Oh, that's cool. I love that. I love that. That is so awesome, Jenny. Congratulations. I had an idea, and I still have an idea about something, and I told Tara, I said I needed to create this thing, but I haven't ever done it yet, and I haven't seen it yet. It's a crafting supply, so I'm thinking, I need to, first I have to do a prototype, and then I have to do a patent, then I have to do some testing, make sure it works. Okay, this is a brand new ink pad, brand new, so it's inking really well today, and brand new glue too. So yeah, the glue should work really good, and new ink pen. I think I have all my ducks in a row today. Literally have all my ducks in a row. Okay, gonna get these done and move them to the side. Gonna make sure that everything is lined up so that there is none. They're all lined up properly. Look through it, make sure it's lined up, because you don't want to have it be off when you're trying to assemble and put your little pieces in there. Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let's start with this one, and then or maybe we start with the one that has something to the back, because I'll have to glue that one. All right, so I have to take all the pieces off and ink, and let me get some Q-tips. I'll need Q-tips. They're down at the bottom. I need to go through this whole drawer and just take everything out, and I just don't ever do it. So I'm just pulling things from the bottom, because my Q-tips have settled to the bottom. Okay, here's my pointy Q-tips that I might need, but it's a brand new ink pad, so I have to go lightly with it. I don't usually do like the small little tiny things like that. I don't usually ink that. And like I said, I just have to be really light-handed because it is a brand new ink pad, and so your line, it'll be really dark. It will be dark. So I'll use the Q-tip for the areas that I can't reach. So I just grab my Q-tip and I just go in and do the little areas in between where the ink pad's not going to reach. And here's a little line there, a line right at the hand. Right there at the ears. If you happen to get too much, you can stick it in water. I stuck it in my mouth, and you can get some of it off. Okay, it is water based. And then throw that one away. You don't want to reuse that one. Okay, so we're going to glue one of these together and set it to the side, because I have to glue stuff to the back, and so I need to make sure that it stays really good on there. So this is the part where it's tedious, a little small, you know, inking everything and then gluing. But yeah, so you pretty much saw everything, and then I just have to do all this fun stuff, glue it together. It takes a little bit of time. We're at 1 hour and 19 minutes. I figured an hour and a half for this project, and I don't have to worry because Tara's not coming today again. She's been sick all week. Her kiddos were sick. She thought she had strep throat. She's staying away because guess what? Darlene does not need to get sick. So she knows that. She knows I don't need to get sick. I have craft shows. And she also just didn't feel good. So she is like just resting. Sometimes, like, she has some autoimmune issues that she deals with since COVID. She didn't have them before, and COVID brought them out. It does run in her family, but when she gets sick, sometimes it hits her really hard. I think that some people just, you know, because of their autoimmune issues, it's harder for them when they're sick. Me, I just have felt like I was fighting something, you know. You get exposed to a lot of germs when you're doing a craft show. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of cootie bugs out there. So, okay, let me get all my little lines that I need to get. And I'm doing the bow. So I do the little bow. I just do around. Use the little pointy Q-tips to get all of this. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to glue this one together. And we'll see how it looks. We'll make sure we got everything. I need to get my little thingamadeggy. My little sponge. Need my sponge. I'm just cutting off the end. I used it the other day and it had glue on it, but I'm just cutting off the part that had glue. So I'm going to need a sponge for part of the things. And some of these, I'm going to be able to just put the glue and put it right on. Stay. It does dry clear. Don't worry. Don't stress if you made a little bit of an oopsie. So you're going to have pants there, present there, and then his collar here, and little things there. Okay, so sometimes I will just lay down some glue to make it easy. Oh, I need glue up at the top because there's the little bell. So I like to get them done. I'll, you know, probably glue each one together one at a time so that it can be drying while I'm doing the next one, because they go into stands and they need to be dry before they go into the stand. Okay, there's that. His little pants and a present here. And a present here. Okay, and then the bows. One bow, two bows, and then the hand. So hand, and then there's like a little, like a belt type thing. Okay, so there's that. And the hand. And then this like a little sliver thing. It's kind of a weird shape. You might think, oh, that's not part of it. It is. It is. So it just slides right in there. And let's get everything lined up the way it's supposed to. This is a little bow that goes on the Santa sack. Okay. All right, so this says back. So when it says back on it, it means that it goes to the back. So let's move this up front here. This one has hair glued to the back. So we'll do all the ones that have stuff like that. We'll do those first. Okay, so everything is lined up on here. Make sure it stays lined up because I did move it and it moved just a tiny bit. Okay, and then this is going to get glued behind there. But you need to make sure that these little notches will go into your little base. So this needs to be up far enough that it doesn't, I'm not going to interfere with putting it into here. So it's going to go just like that. So I usually will just kind of lay it there and then look, okay, where do I need my glue? I need glue here and glue right down here. So right like that. And double checking it. Gonna take my Q-tip and get some of that glue off. I use a lot of these Q-tips, guys. They're inexpensive, so I go through quite a few. Okay, there. Now that can just be sitting there drying while we're doing the next one. Okay, here she is. Here's our next one. Okay, take everything apart. All the pieces off. And so we assemble it and then we unassemble. And then we start inking around the edges and ink each of the pieces. So I'll start with the body and then I'll do each of the little pieces. Some of this is really hard to get into with the ink pad, so that's why I use a Q-tip. Okay, so I'm going to use the Q-tips, the little pointy Q-tips. And this is a brand new ink pad, so I have to be really cautious about it because it's going to be really dark. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to have a good weekend. I have a lot to do. So, like I said, I have to take everything out of my trailer that I need to take to my next craft show. It needs to go into my truck. I still have the registers from the last craft show inside my truck. I didn't take them out yet. I've been busy. And everything has just been sitting in my front yard, basically, on the street. And I need to take all that out. But I will need those for not the craft show I set up on Wednesday, but for the craft show that I set up on Sunday. So those will just go into my garage. Yeah. It's a hard time of year, juggling things. Juggling all the things. Okay, that's so cute. These are so cute, guys. I love them. They're going to be adorable on my shelves. I'm going to want a whole bunch more. I might change the pink on the next set. Maybe I'll do like light pink. But I kind of like the bright pink. I think it's kind of cute. What do you guys think? I think it's just kind of cheery. Kind of retro-y. I like it. So, yeah, that's peony pink. I don't always do a bright pink like that. There are other pinks that you can choose. Okay, we're getting there. Like I said, it takes a little bit of time to do all of this stuff. All the inking, you know, sometimes you get it painted and you're like, oh, I still have to do this and I still have to do that. It's a lot. There's lots of little pieces to all these little things. We have not always done things that had this many details, but boy, do I love them. I love all the little tiny details on things. I think it's what makes it. It's what my customers love. They just look at it and go, you painted all that? And I'm like, yep, I did. Or Tara did. We painted it. I usually say, yes, we paint everything. Oh, you like the flesh color? Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, I like the flesh color, but not. I was thinking the pink color, the pink part. That's what I meant. The bright pink. That I might change that. Hi, Janine. How are you? Thank you, Jenna. You've noticed new Christmas colors. They seem to be lavender and light pink. Oh yeah, I have seen that. Lavender and light pink. That would not be what I would choose, but there are people that would choose that. I don't tend to really go with trends. I tend to go with what's classic. Okay, let me sit for a moment. I will have to stand because I'll have to make sure that I get everything lined up. But I'm gonna sit for just a moment and get the glue on here. Just kind of putting glue where things go. I know that there's things there and here and here. Okay. All right, here's my lid. Got my little bell. And then this goes here. You got lavender dishes to match your kitchen, not for... Oh, nice. That's awesome. Very cool. Okay, let me look at my picture. Oh, yeah, so this one's light green. Okay. And then red at the bottom, and then pink. There's like some, oh, that's part of the toe. I'm like, there's something that I didn't paint that's sticking out right there. I just need to dip it into the light green. It's kind of funny. There's like a toe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm loving these. I think they are just so adorable. So much fun. Okay, we're getting there. It's a lot of details, guys. But that's what makes it. That's what people love. They love all the teeny tiny details on things. Okay, Christmas trees. Okay. So, and then the hair. Okay, so I have to glue that on the back. Okay, so a little Christmas tree on each one. I love this. It's so adorable. You are so cute, little Elfie. Make sure everything's lined up. Okay. All right. Christmas trees. And then we have to do the hair. Okay. So I'm just going to move her over to this side. The hair is going to go at the back. Goes right behind. So I'm just going to lay it right on top. Okay. So this is a little girl. And her hair goes right behind there. And hopefully it'll be dry by the time that we have to put it into the stand. Okay, so let's do the other girl. All right, whew, there's a lot. It's a lot. Thank you, Holly. Hi, Lucia. How are you? Thank you so much, guys. It's a long one today. It's a long one, but yeah, that's nothing wrong with that, right? Sometimes they're longer than others. I know sometimes tutorials just have to be, because if you want to go back and follow along, you want to know all the details. So I try not to skip things. Sometimes I'll pre-paint, but you know that I haven't done pre-painted things in a while. If I'm in a hurry and I have to go somewhere, then I might do something pre-painted. But it's been a while. I try to do everything with you guys. I honestly don't have time to pre-paint. If I had time to pre-paint, I would just paint it for myself. No, I love this time of day with you guys. I love being able to create. This is my fun time. I do normally I'm logging in for work, but I was told to take today off, even though I'm starting into my craft show season where I'm going to have a lot of days off. A lot of days off. But yeah, so one of my bosses told me go ahead and take today off. So I am. I'm going to be cutting as far as my bookkeeping job. I will be cutting orders. I have a couple of orders to get caught up on. But I did a ton of orders yesterday. You guys probably saw orders going out. I know Janine had a big one. Janine had a big order go out yesterday. Nothing new about that. Yeah, there were tons of big orders. My postman probably was like, wow, she got a lot done. I have a couple of wedding orders that go out today. And picture frames, cutouts, lots of things. I mean, we're always doing something. And then I'm getting ready for my show. So I need to do price tags on all of my stuff. My kitchen table is full of product again. I've made stuff and I just stack it on the kitchen table and it's waiting to be priced again. So I won't be doing that after, this is my last weekend to do that, because I'll just be going from craft show to craft show. I'm not really going to have any recovery time in between. It's going to be whatever I get done at night when I am home from my craft shows. Okay, time to glue this one together. We're almost there, guys. Thank you. I love their little faces are so adorable. It is, that's just what makes them, huh? They just are so cute. And my mouth is getting dry from talking so much. Darlene, you talk so much. All right. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I need to drink some. I should bring water in here with me. I used to have water here all the time. I don't see, do I have water? Nope, it's empty. I'm like, I used to have water here. Okay, whoops. We're getting there though. We are getting there. I'm so excited. I have a little oopsie on this one. I need to get a Q-tip and wet it and get, I must have had something on my hands. Sometimes when you're inking, you will have something on your fingers. And you will end up getting it onto what you're working on. So just take a wet Q-tip, whether you stick it in your mouth for a second or in a glass of water. It's not going to hurt you to stick it in your mouth. It's just saliva. It's not going to hurt anything. It's going to dry. I never worry about it. It's like, I just do it. I just get it done. No one's going to know unless you tell them. Okay, I need to do the hand, and then they have hair behind. Okay, so hair behind and the cute little hand. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, I'm gonna switch these. This one's gonna come over here. This one's gonna go over here, and the hair is behind. And I'm just gonna squish the head down into the hair. It takes about 5 minutes for that to dry. So hopefully that will all be dry when it is time to glue it on. Okay, you're the last one, buddy. You are the last little elf of the bunch. Take all your pieces off. My fingers have, I have ink all over me. I'm grabbing a Clorox wipe that I have here. Yeah, let me get my fingers cleaned to start. All right, we're starting fresh. Okay, here we go. All right, Mr. Elf, you are adorable. I just love making new stuff. I just don't have enough time to do all the things on my list, but I kind of jumped to this. I've been doing the lighted items, and I did the gingerbread house the other day, and I just, you know, it was just time to do something different. I need some standers that aren't lighted. The lighted ones I have to charge more because of the time involved and the fact that it costs money for the lights. It doesn't cost that much, but it does cost some. So I wanted to have some things that didn't cost as much. Like these will generally be probably $9.99 when I put them out there. Sometimes $7.99. It depends on how I feel. Sometimes I forget. Did I price it at $9.99 or did I price it at $7.99? I probably should price them at $9.99 because these are larger. The ducks probably should be $7.99 because they're smaller. I got four of each done last night. So that was quite a bit to get done in one night. But it took me a long time. It took me a long time. It's a labor of love. Honestly, you don't get paid for your hours. You know, anybody that really does. I mean, there might be a few people that get paid for all of their time, but honestly, it always takes us longer than we think it's going to, because not only do we have to create it, we have to tag it, and we have to take it to craft shows and pull it in and out of boxes and do our setup and drive to the craft show and pay for the craft show. Honestly, you know, it's really a labor of love. You have to love to do this. It's nice to think that you're only doing it for the money, but honestly, it never is that way. It is, I love doing this. I'm going to continue, and I don't care if I'm only making $1 an hour. Sometimes I do, because the project might just be really an intense project. Anybody else have that? Where you're like at the end, you're like, I should be charging $40 for this, but it's only a $10 item. Yeah, I have things like that where there's a ton, like there's a ton of details on this, but I'm gonna have 4 of them done, And it will have taken me an hour. It looks like an hour and 45 minutes, but I'm talking a lot. If I wasn't talking and I didn't have to sit, next time I won't have to sit and figure out the colors. I'll have it right in front of me and I'll be able to go, okay, this needs to be this color and that needs to be that color. It will be, the second one is always easier than the first. The first one, you're kind of figuring things out. Put a little bit of shading on the bear, just a little bit. Okay, I think we're ready to assemble this guy. Yeah, the second one always goes faster for me because I have all my colors figured out. All my ducks in a row, basically. All right. You know, I probably should just put the glue on the back of that and glue up here and glue right there. Okay, let us do this. I don't fill in the whole area. You don't have to, the whole area doesn't have to be filled with glue. If it just has enough to just grab what you're doing, then I'm fine with that. Okay, it's got his little, are they called Lederhasens? Is that what it is when it, that's what it kind of looks like. Lederhausen? I don't know, is that a word? I think that's what it's called. When they have the little tights like that with the straps. Lederhausen. Why does that stick out? That's like for Oktoberfest. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, that goes there. And then there's a little bow on here. And then we can glue these in the stands. This one I'll set to the side. This will be the last because it'll need to sit and dry. Okay, I really didn't need my sponge very much this time. I usually use it for tiny things. Okay. All right, let me get some of that glue out of there. Got too much glue on that. Too much. All right. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good on that. Okay, so that'll be the last one. So let me move that to the side. Oh, kind of got turned. Oh, well. You know what? It is what it is. Okay, this guy was first. So you can look at these and you can see the slots, the shape of it. I'm going to kind of dry fit it to make sure it fits. Don't try to force it if it doesn't. You might just have to look at my, I'm going to have to do an assist. Okay, so my glue didn't dry all the way. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put some hot glue on there. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put hot glue along the edge to kind of give it a little bit of help. And we'll let that one sit there for a moment. Okay, so that way it will just stay. Okay, so this one we'll do last. And then that can just cool. Okay, so that one's last. All right, hopefully all the pieces. Okay, she's got her hair. Okay, so this one also has one of these that is has two pieces. Let me just make sure. Yep, it fits right in there. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of glue. Maybe we'll just use our sponge since we have glue right there. We'll just use our sponge to put just a tiny dab of glue and then press it back down in there. And then I'm going to put hot glue at the back. Okay, so I'm going to put hot glue back here at the base part that helps hold it in place. Okay, so there's that one. That one's still drying. I'm not going to touch that one yet. Okay, this one. So let's see. One's small, one's big. This must be the small one. This is the larger one. Okay, this is just going to fit in there. Okay, it fits. Okay, so let me go ahead and put glue at the bottom. These are going to be adorable. And that just goes right in there. And then I'll put hot glue at the back here. That just kind of holds it. Holds it in place so that your base doesn't ever get separated from this. Okay. All right. Okay, there's that. All right. And this is cooling. So that's, I think this one's ready. It's ready to rock and roll. Okay, so I can just fit this in here. Just goes right in. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the bottom. Going to fit it in there, and then I'm going to hot glue on the back. Okay, I do have a little bit of cleanup there, so let me grab a Q-tip. A little bit of excess glue. Okay, I'm going to glue right at the back so that it stays. Okay, that one's done. One more. And then we're done, guys. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for being here. We still have 20 people on, so I understand if it's hard. It's a long one. It's a long one, but I'll post these. So if you want to purchase them. Okay, that one side is not going in easily. Why not? Let me swap this around. Don't know why. Don't know why. Maybe it. Okay. Couldn't tell you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I don't know if I did something wrong. It doesn't want to go in all the way. Okay, so sometimes you just have to wiggle it, but I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it off at the base. There we go. I got it. It just needed to wiggle it down in there. Be careful. I did break a duck leg last night. I fixed it, but I did break a duck's leg off last night. Pressing too hard. I'm stronger than you think. Okay, all done. Let me put you up to myself, and you can see them all. They're so cute. Let me get them all arranged in a row. They are so adorable, guys. Okay, I will post these. I don't have them posted. I need to take a picture. I'll get them posted on the Facebook page, and then I'll post a picture and the link. Aren't they so cute? I love them. I think they're adorable. Which one's your favorite? I love their expressions too. So let's see, which way do they need to go? I'm like, center it better. I just think they're all so cute. They are. All right, guys. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I know my weekend's going to be super busy. You know, we have Halloween coming up soon. Yeah, next week, Halloween. So get all your Halloween projects painted. Thank you, guys. Oh, it was a long one. Sorry. But I love you guys. Thanks for hanging in there. Have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Monday. I love them too. Thank you so much. Let me give you a better close.